Hack Tutoring Services presents How to Succeed in College. First, let me introduce you to Goofus here. Yep, that's the one. Not exactly an example of a stellar student. Over here, though, we've got Gallant. He definitely knows what it takes to succeed in college. Let's see what we can learn from these guys. Looks like Goofus is not a morning person. When his alarm goes off, he decides to hit the snooze. Then he hits it again. And then he hits it again. Ultimately, he ends up skipping class. Not a morning person either? Schedule afternoon and evening classes so that you're more likely to go. Gallant planned his classes around his active learning times, so he was able to get up and go to class early. This gives him the chance to chat with his classmates and look over his notes. Arriving just 5 to 10 minutes early to class every time can be a huge help in college. When you are in class, it can be easy to get lost or confused. What's important is how you handle that. When Goofus realizes that he has no idea what his teacher is talking about, he ends up just nodding his head and spacing out. Not a very useful strategy. When Gallant gets lost, though, he asks questions to get clarification. If you don't understand what's being taught in class, don't be afraid to say so. Chances are some of your classmates will have the same questions that you do. College also involves a lot of work done outside of class time, with readings and assignments. Goofus seems pretty oblivious to the fact that he has an assignment due. Not a good strategy for succeeding in college. Gallant, on the other hand, realizes that he needs to get his work done first, because it's important. He also knows that after he's finished, he can relax and do what he wants to. All of that procrastinating has left Goofus unprepared when his assignment is due. In a panic, he is now rushing to get things done. Due dates in college are very important. Procrastinating adds a lot of unnecessary stress, and rushed work is not quality work. Time management skills are key. Successful students like Gallant here work on an assignment well in advance. They're ready to hand in quality work on the due date, which gives them better results. No college student is perfect. Mistakes happen. What's important is how you handle those mistakes. Goofus here totally forgot that his assignment was due today. Instead of just admitting his mistake and facing the consequences, he starts in on an elaborate excuse. Basically, he's not taking responsibility for his own education. Gallant messed up too and missed a deadline, but he admits his error, apologizes, and then makes plans for himself to do better in the future. He takes responsibility and moves on. All college students could use some help at some time or another, which is why they offer useful services like free tutoring. Unfortunately, Goofus here doesn't plan to take advantage of these resources. In fact, he's pretty intimidated by the whole thing. But Gallant knows that no student should be afraid to ask for help. In fact, he takes advantage of the free help so that he can do better in his classes. Working with a tutor, for example, gives him a chance to ask more questions about what he's learning or to review a graded test to see where he made his mistakes. College is tough, and you won't always get the results that you want the first time. When Goofus fails his first big test, he gets so discouraged that he decides to give up and drop the class. Sometimes good students like Gallant struggle with their grades too, but they don't just give up. Gallant knows that if he keeps trying and uses those campus resources, he's sure to improve. He decides to make a plan to do better next time. So, let's review what tips we've learned from Goofus and Gallant. Tip number 1. Go to class. Showing up is essential, so schedule your classes around your natural active times and make attendance a priority. Tip number 2. Ask questions. Don't be afraid to speak up in class if you don't understand something. Chances are you're not the only one. Tip number 3. Do your work. Skipping assignments will quickly tank your grade and make it more difficult to keep up in the course. Tip number 4. Manage your time well. Don't wait until the last minute. Procrastinating adds stress and leads to sloppy work. Tip number 5. Take responsibility. Blaming others or making excuses won't help you succeed in college. Admit your mistakes and move forward. Tip number 6. Take advantage of campus resources. Don't be afraid to get help when you need it. Use the free resources available at Hack. Tip number 7. Never give up. You have to believe in yourself and keep giving your best effort to succeed in college. Want to learn even more tips for succeeding in college? Stop by the Learning Center on your Hack campus to talk with a tutor. And don't forget to check out our other cool online videos. See you next time!